AA9Skillz, one of the OGs in the scene. I have to disagree, and I'll tell you exactly on what. What up, guys? Okay, this is AA9Skillz. This is one of my favorite FIFA or FC content creators of all time. This dude is one of the OGs. I've always watched his videos. I think his videos are great. Now, he said something in this video right here where EA just changed everything in FC26 that I don't agree with. Not everything, but I don't agree with one thing specifically. And the reason I'm making this video is because I also saw this sentiment on Twitter. Like, there was a lot of people in Twitter talking about the same thing that he's talking about, and I'm like, how? And let's let the video play out, and I'll tell you what I'm talking about.
Still, I'm not buying that because, hold on, I'm not telling you to buy the game either. Time finishing is something that, like, the pro players care about, and the pro players is such a small portion of players. There's a base over here, the hardcore player, the casual players, and when I say the hardcore player, I mean like the players that play a lot.
Now, I agree with this. I agree with this a ton. Like, I don't think time finishing is a super wow mechanic. I know it requires a little bit of skill to use. I've used it, and I know he uses it. And it's a little bit of skill. Like, there's a little bit of a skill gap to use. It's not extreme, but it does cater to somebody that uses it a lot because there's a higher chance of scoring if you use time finishing. Everybody knows that. Now, I agree with this. I agree with taking it out because I don't think it really changes the game much. I just think there's a little bit less opportunity of scoring, but I don't think it changes the game much.
Still are not playing to the pro level. Those guys don't really care about time finishing.
True.
I play the game a lot. I don't really care about time finishing.
Me neither.
I think it's something that's unnecessary in the game. I also think player locking is unnecessary in the game.
That right there. Player locking, unnecessary. Anyways, he's going to talk about that and goalkeeper movement. Now, I know a lot of people complain about goalkeeper movement, but goalkeeper movement is a skill gap. It is. Like, it's easy to do, but not everybody does it right, and not everybody does it correctly. Not everybody does it at the right time. But I can live with that. I can live without goalkeeper movement. You can take that away too. Player locking is 1000% the skill gap in this game. Okay? Not everybody can player lock correctly. Not everybody can player lock the right way. And I know that a lot of people, they think that player locking is just trying to find space with your striker. Like, you pick the striker and you try to outrun the defense, and that's it. That's very basic with player locking. Like, player locking has so much you could do with it that it's crazy. When you play somebody that really knows how to player lock, it drives you crazy. Not in the way, like, okay, a lot of people say that skill moves are the skill gap. They're not really. If you have really good connection and you speed boost with a skill move, you're gonna kill your opponent. You're gonna murder them. Okay, because you can, if you have bad connection, like if you've seen my previous video, you've seen that I play in 50 something MS. I've played in 80 or 90 MS in the past, right? Because I live in South America, our connection is terrible. When I lived in the States, it never went over 15 or 10 MS. Sometimes I'd even play with 5, right? Because I lived in Florida. But now that my players, like he just said, like, football is simple. You just pass the ball, you beat a player, pass the ball, shoot the ball, control. You can't do that when the connection is bad. You can't, because the players don't move. Even if you tell them to move, they won't move. So you need player locking because that's the only way you can attack. Okay? Now, when you do a skill move, like I can defend, I can stand right in front of you, and I know you're doing a step over, and I can stand right in front of you, and sometimes my player's animation just won't come out, and you just go right by me when I'm supposed to take the ball because I knew that you wanted to do that, and I got in your way, and you still went by me. That isn't a skill gap. That's luck. That's just somebody doing a step over and praying that they don't take the ball, right? Player locking is a lot different. You can do support player locking. You can do finding space player locking. You can do bait player locking. You can do the give and keep player lock, which I'm planning on making a tutorial about this because I use player locking a lot. And to me, if they take out player locking, it really just becomes a game of who has the better connection and who has the better team, right? Because right now with player locking, like I have this is my Gritty Cup team, right? And let's say I had, like at the beginning of the game, you're going to have not a team like this because Salah's too expensive and Van Dijk will be too expensive. But let's say you have a regular starting gold squad and you come up against a team like this. Like they have Salah, let's say they have Mbappe, and let's say they have Vinicius, right? They have that amazing squad. So if you take player locking away, you're leaving it up to the game to decide where the players run all the time. So if you come up against Salah, Mbappe, and Vinicius, and in your team you have maybe Brennan Johnson, maybe a Semenyo, and let's say Trossard. Let's just say that. Let's just say that's your front three. You have them. They're never going to make the runs that Salah, Vinicius, and Mbappe are making. Never. Never. So you're at the mercy of the game. So it really becomes pay to win. Whereas with player locking, let's say they don't make those runs, but you can make them make those runs. They give you the opportunity for you to control that, right? You take a very garbage player that has a very garbage attacking AI, and you can make the AI do what you want to do. If they take that away, you're screwed. It becomes 1000% pay to win. So, like I said, I respect this man a lot. OG of the FIFA scene. Player locking should in no way, shape, or form, and to everybody that says it on Twitter that they should take it away, should never be removed from the game, because it really, really limits us in squad building, in creativity, and in gameplay. It limits us completely. It will be a complete step back. Time finishing doesn't do that. If you can't time finish, the stats of the players are still going to determine if you score or not, right? Or most of the times. If you time finish with Vinicius and you time finish with Trossard, Vinicius' shot is still better than Trossard's, right? If you can't time finish with both, Vinicius' shots is still better than Trossard's. Now, the skill gap becomes where the precision shooting, because they took away time finishing to bring in precision shooting. Now you have to really know how to aim. So the stats don't determine it, right? Vinicius can shoot a shot, but if you can't aim right, then you're not going to score as much as a Trossard that can aim right. Right? It's the same thing. Like it's the same thing, but applied to player locking. Like if you just leave the base, Trossard is never going to make better runs than Mbappe. But if you have player locking and somebody that's a noob is playing with Mbappe, you can actually, if you know how to player lock, you can actually make better runs with Trossard manually, because you do that, not because the game will do it. Okay? So just kind of wanted to say my piece on that. Still, respect AA9 a lot, but I'd love to know you guys' opinion about what I just said. It's been your boy Full Metal. If you guys want to know how to start FC26 the right way, click that video up top. For now, it's been your boy. See you in the next one. Peace.